Hello everyone, my name is Alan Cruz and today we're going to make some delicious, appetizing, mouth-watering and breathtaking gorditas de nata. If you want to know how to make them, well, I'm here and going to say the ingredients. For this recipe we're going to use a half of kilo of flour, 1 can of condensed milk, la lechera, 160 milliliters of milk, a half of stick of butter, 8 grams of brewer's yeast, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of sugar, half teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a knife to cut in half the gorditas, a roller pin or any object you can use to expand the mass, 2 bowls, one has to be big and the other one medium, and of course any ingredient you're going to put inside the gorditas. The most common ones are chocolate, la lechera, and Nutella. But it's up to you. You can use any ingredient, is your gorditas, and you decide what you put inside them. Of course, we are going to use a stove and a comal to make the gorditas de nata. Now that we have seen all the ingredients, I'm going to proceed to show you all the process you're going to need to make the perfect gorditas de nata. The first step is to heat the milk in the microwave. We're going to use 160 milliliters of milk that can be 3/4 of a cup. Now that we've preheated the milk, remember that we just want it warm. We don't want it hot or boiling. Now that we have it, we pour it into the bowl. We mix it with 1 tablespoon of sugar, the brewer's gel, and 1 tablespoon of flour. We mix it very well and we let it rest for 10 minutes because it has to ferment. Now that the 10 minutes have passed, the brewer's yeast is already fermented, and as you can see, it's already done, and we can continue with this operation that we call making gorditas de nata. Moving on, the next step is mix all our ingredients that we already saw. Well, we're going to mix half kilo of flour and put it in a big bowl. The bowl has to be big enough to put all our ingredients, and also the mass is going to increase the size. Well, the flour, a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, doesn't matter if you drop a little bit, it's alright, don't worry about it. 1 egg, 1 can of condensed milk, la lechera, make sure to use a spatula or something to remove all the condensed milk from the can. Should be it. Half stick of butter on the side, and of course the fermented brewer's gel that we had in the last step. Put it all inside. Now this is where everything starts to get messy. We have to use our hands to mix it very well, and you might see the mass is going to get very sticky in your hands and very uncomfortable to work on. You can use more flour to make it better, and when it doesn't stick more in your fingers, it's when you're going to put it the mass on your table or the workplace that you are going to use, and mix it in your place. But first you have to mix it in a bowl. As I told you, this part is going to get very messy, and as you can see, the mass is already getting sticky in my hands, but don't worry. And if you need more flour or something else, you can put it right in your table to just grab it, and that way it will be easy for you to grab more flour and you don't have to walk in another place to get it. After some minutes working on your mass, it might be like that, and you might say, Alan, you are a liar. You promised that you will show us how to make gorditas de nata, and this mass doesn't look like making gorditas de nata. Don't worry, everything has a purpose, and you will get there. The mass is like that because you will need to work it harder and obviously more time, and in a few minutes you won't get the result that we want. So keep working until the mass is steady and ready to work on your table. Remember that I told you this mass is very sticky, and if you feel like you have been working a little bit more time with it and you see changes, you can obviously grab some flour, pour it in your mass, and keep working. Put it as much as you want and as you feel is the exact amount of flour to the mass to form and be ready to work in the table. Now when the mass is more stable and that it doesn't stick a lot in your hands, now we proceed to put it in our table. First, remember to put some flour in the place you're going to work. More flour, and put the mass in. And here we're going to keep working until the mass is done to put it in our gorditas. Just look at how beautiful the mass is right now. Can you believe that a few minutes ago it was all sticky and awful? Now it's already done. The next step is to put this mass in a bowl, put on a blanket, and let it rest in a warm place like your microwave off or even the oven off. Obviously, we don't want to burn the mass. We let it rest for 1 hour, and in 1 hour I will be back and show you how to make the perfect gorditas de chef. Now that the mass has doubled its size, we poured some flour into our workplace and put out the mass. Now it's time with a roller pin or any object that is cylinder shaped. We have to stretch it in the size we want the gorditas to come out. Now that we already have stretched mass and it's 1 centimeter thick, it's ready to cut them into circles. You can use any glass or lid to cut them. I'm going to use a lid of a Nutella, and just cut them into circles, as many as you can. And after you cut them, you have to wait 15 minutes to put them in the comal. In that time, you can use it to stretch the mass again to make more. After the 15 minutes have passed, we just have to wrap the gorditas and heat the comal to a lowest heat, because if you put it higher, they will burn. So you put it there and you flip them constantly, because this mass will burn quickly. And when you get to the color brown and yellow, that means it's done. And finally we got to the end. This is how they should look. They look amazing, they look tasty, and they look delicious. I told you that that it will be hard to get to this, but when you get, it's just amazing. Now you can only fill them with whatever you want. The cheddar, chocolate, Nutella, is your choice. I'm going to fill one with a little bit of Nutella. You will cut it in half, you put the Nutella, and cheers to you. That's it for my part. Have a nice day, take care, be safe, stay home, and don't eat a lot.